Hello there, everyone! We're back with more Monster Hunter! It's Milky Boy here.
Hello.
We're gonna go kill a Jumbo Jango Anjanath.
He's big.
He's so big you have a crown, in fact. Actually, is he always that size?
Yes.
Okay,
He's
cool.
Gigantic. He's at a size that probably you would never be able to obtain outside of the event.
Cool.
Yeah.
See my twin swords?
Yeah, can't turn the cat. Oh.
These
What are those water?
Yep.
Kind of cool.
Right.
I like those ones because they're very the blandest design, but that makes them stick out because they're literally just swords.
They are
So they
called...
Are they guild sabers or something?
Sworn rapiers.
Ah.
I like them. I like them a lot. How's everyone doing? Leave a comment in the videos about what is your favorite ice cream flavor.
Well,
I'm
for
all
me-
about that Neapolitan. What about you?
Oh, I found him. I personally really like mint chocolate chip.
Mint chips, super good.
I do have a big thing though for pistachio as well.
I'm not a big fan of pistachio.
I thought he'd be bigger.
I thought it would be too.
I read he was supposed to be gigantic, but this does. I mean, he's big, but
So
gigantic.
it's like really cool that they have varying sizes, but I genuinely like can't tell the difference.
no, it's not too. I mean, like I guess you could see maybe a little bit more with this dude, but typically it's just like, hey, look, he looks small. So if you do this, you probably have to do it a few times because you can unlock the Aloy armor set, which is probably pretty cool. The Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Get a bow as well.
Bones. This event started today. On
Yeah, it
the 28th of February. How's that for dating a video?
Everybody knows that.
It's also 3:24 p.m.
It's 8:24 p.m. here.
In the civilized part of the world. I don't know what Japan's time is, so...
Oh man, I don't even know how many hours in front of me they are.
I think they're 13 in front of me.
Yeah. Something like that. Basically, whenever the sun's up here, it's down there, I'd assume.
No, they're much closer to you.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, for you though, it would probably be that.
Yeah, because there's like a 12-hour. Although, the sun is up more than 12 hours a day. In some areas.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was looking at it, like, in Sweden during, like, the coldest part of the year. The sun's only up, like, 10 hours.
Wow.
Right? Like,
I'd probably end up
gross.
sleeping through that.
I've slept 10 hours before. I could totally sleep through that.
There was a point just before Christmas where I was very ill. To the point where I couldn't like really sleep. I was that ill. And when I recovered, I went to sleep finally, and I had recovered during my sleep because I had slept for like 20 hours or something ridiculous. But the worst part was I woke up.
You're tired?
Well, no. I was like, yeah, I was tired actually, but I woke up.
What the fuck?!
What?
I just Sonic the Hedgehog'd him! Like, I
Okay.
tornado struck his entire body.
Oh yeah, you spin across their back, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, that's yeah, I can't remember. I don't exactly know what you pulled off. And you got like run and jump or something.
Yeah, you like run, jump, like, oh my god, that was awesome.
But yeah, I had slept for like 20 odd hours or something. So I woke up, I looked at my watch, which is just the first thing I do, and I'm like, oh, I've only slept for 2 hours. Or something like that, you know. I was like, it
right.
wasn't. I just, and I was so tired as well. I just like, I'll go back to sleep then. And my mother came out not long after. She's like, you know, probably thought I was dead.
Oh, you comatose.
She's like, hey, you sleep for like 20-something hours. So I was like, I'm back to bed. I wasn't even hungry. That was the funny thing.
I'm in love with this now.
What, the dual swords?
Yeah. Just that move.
Pretty powerful move.
Well, it just looks really cool.
I'm not so sure as well if it would, like if the size of the monster would also add to the damage, or if it's just like, you know. So I'm assuming the longer the monster, the more damage you would probably end up doing.
That was crazy. Like, I'm sorry, you know, I yelled, guys, but that was like fucking amazing.
It was worth it. No, I was actually expecting to be colossal sized, you know, like really big. But I know that he is supposed to be big, but I was expecting bigger. He looked bigger before. Because it was in 3 you could fight the Devil Joe, and you had the one called the World Eater Devil Joe, which you will. Well, just look him up at some point, and you'll be like, he's big, because you couldn't even reach like his stomach. He was huge.
I always like to poke fun at it because everyone's like, "Oh, it's huge," and it's like we were talking about right before this, the ancient dragon optional boss in Dark Souls 2, and it's like, that thing is big.
Oh yeah, he's gigantic.
Because like you do not like exceed his foot.
No. What was it? Like, it's like the Dragon God in Demon Souls?
I don't know anything about Demon Souls.
You never played Demon Souls, did
Nope.
you? There's a thing in there, and he's also pretty big. I think he's like way bigger. He's basically the biggest. I think he's one of the biggest things in the Souls games I've ever seen. Maybe. Don't quote me on that though.
I would play Demon Souls. 'Cause I'm not opposed to playing older Dark Souls games. But I don't have a PS3. It's the only reason I won't play it.
I'm really surprised they haven't remade Demon Souls.
Demon Souls didn't do that well.
No, it didn't. But I do think that the difference between Demon Souls and Dark Souls is pretty interesting. Like, you can visually see it as well as feel it in the controls. You know, it's like you know, it's more like in the sense that if you add Bloodborne's limited item supply with Dark Souls tankiness, then let's say that's more or less Demon Souls, because you could only heal in Demon Souls if you had an item to heal. You
had to, like, just for argument's sake, you had to go grab herbs to heal.
And you know, like, you didn't get like multiple.
But you couldn't buy them. That's what I was told.
You could buy cheap ones, but you know, like, you know, in Dark Souls 2, I think they were called life crystals or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the equivalent of those. Like, not very helpful, but you can get a lot of them. But if you want the good stuff, you're gonna have to farm.
Okay.
But I never needed to bother after I understood the game. Although I think the difficulty spikes in that one was ridiculous.
Yeah, I would,
well, hey guys, buy me a PS3 and I'll stream it.
No, but for real. I'll probably buy a PS3 one day, and then I'll go through the game. Because there are a lot of PS3 games, like, I want to stream. Like, Metal Gear Solid 4. I've actually never beaten Metal Gear 4.
You beat all the other ones though, right?
1, 2, and 3, yes.
Oh, you should try Phantom Pain as well.
I would have to own it.
Well, I mean, the worst part about Phantom Pain is if you want to play that, you kind of need to play Ground Zeroes 2 because that's like the prologue.
No.
Not super important, but
No,
you know.
that's a demo. I'm not buying it. It's a $20 demo. I'm good.
But I enjoyed Phantom Pain. I thought that was a really good.
I heard a lot of people
I mean-
really liking it. I don't like what it did to Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Mostly
yeah.
because I don't like open world games, mostly.
It's interesting because you get a look at how you're going to approach the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, like, it's more or less just... It's not as strategic, I guess, as I make it out. Just, you look there, ooh, that looks like the best way in, and then you take it, you know? Or you just go in at night all the time because that seems to work, and then they get night vision goggles or something. It's like... I don't know, I find that I was repeating my tactics a lot, and then they were just succeeding, so I just continued doing them. Like,
Why try something different if it always works?
I did like it though, but it does get a lot harder. There are like some optional like modes and all you can play later in, where it's like extreme mode. So basically, like you start with no gear whatsoever. You have to procure all gear on site. You can't be spotted, and you have no reflex mode, which is this thing where you should get seen.
Yeah, it slows down time.
Yeah, and you know it might be. It's just like do it like that and quickly, you know. And that was fun because I had to really be careful. Then I had to really figure out how I wanted to approach the situation.
I understand the point of it, but like I don't care about challenge modes a lot of the time. I feel like standard difficulty should be a challenge. Not impossible, but, you know.
Enough to feel like you've accomplished something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I find today with games, like, easy mode is sometimes... Well, I don't really bother with some easy modes. Normal mode is pretty good, but I sometimes find that, depending on the game, that hard mode can just be built for the purpose of being unfair. And unwinnable in the sense of like you'll only get there through a lot of repetition or exploiting the game. Like I'm not so sure about the newer ones, but the older Call of Duties on veteran modes.
Yeah, you want to show that you have balls? Do High Rise, I think it was what it was called.
Oh, yeah, the last level, right?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah,
High
you're
Rise
right.
might not be its name.
Mile High Club, wasn't it? Or
Something like that. Anyway, people, I don't remember the name, but we know what we're talking about, you know.
Yeah. You had like, what, 30 seconds to get through there. And
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds, maybe a minute.
And I've actually seen people like how they've done it, and they just run through with flashbangs because that even then they barely do it because you know the AI is so pinpoint precise for their bullets too. So you've got like no time to like mess. But I don't treat that so much as difficulty in a way myself because I'm just like, no, I don't forget to carve the tail even.
Already did.
I kind of prefer when it's difficult, but you could still get through it.
Like Dark Souls.
That was difficult. Yeah, like Dark Souls. Challenging but fair.
Yeah.
You know, something you can learn from it. Because I feel like if I have to find a corner to shoot from or something like that, at that point there's no real difficulty anymore. It's like, or like if the game can react quicker than you ever could, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, especially with an analog, you're not gonna aim super quick with an analog, I don't think, because, you know.
Well, if you're good, you can be just as good with a controller as you can with a mouse. It's just harder. Yeah, so, I don't know. I've talked about the difficulty of games. Like, people say, what else also really bothers me is when people constantly compare, like, everything to fucking Dark Souls. Crash Bandicoot is the Dark Souls of platformers.
Yeah, that really grinds my gears too.
Oh, you've never heard of another game but Dark Souls, so you have to compare everything to it?
It's like, oh, I think I missed him with the rocks. Yeah, I did. Oh, he's so big, he moves so quick. Yeah, no, I see it all the time. It's like, I think they was comparing the difficulty of Cuphead to Dark Souls 2, where I think it's like different difficulty personally. It's like, it's difficult, but it's a different kind of difficulty. You know,
yeah, they're different types of games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you like Bloodborne is like Dark Souls, I know that's like kind of a duh. It's made by the same company. But if you want to be like Neo is like Dark Souls, it has the same basic premise.
Yeah, and that makes sense. But I don't know, like just, you know, when they go like, ah, this is the Dark Souls of this, I'm like, we just have another game at this point to compare it to, like, you know,
Pokemon's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is the Dark Souls of Pokemon games.
As the thing is about it is that, like, I feel like there's a lot of games before Dark Souls and Demon Souls that existed that were also quite difficult. Oh, killed him. Poor guy. I wonder what his size is. But yeah, it's like I can't even think of a game off the top of my head right now. But you know, like you play difficult games. You
Castlevania.
Go, it's a hard game. Castlevania, yeah.
Ninja Gaiden.
Well, what was it? The old Castlevanias too, where if you make a jump and you get hit and you roll backwards and you fall off a cliff. Like, yeah, I mean, debatably there's some level of unfairness to that, but it's still hard. But nobody was ever like, this is a Castlevania. Or...
Well, there was actually the Metroidvania thing that came about, but that's referring to the style more so than saying this is the Dark Souls of a game, because they have the similar set piece versus it's a challenging game. That always aggravates me.
What did you?
It just shows lazy journalism.
What did you think about Dinosaur Boy?
Baby boy.
Yeah. See how big he is. See if he's.
I got Nora Brave trophy. What's that?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's the equipment one.
So something interesting. The thing we just killed is either the equivalent, or smaller than the one I've already killed previous. So the one that you find in the event is just a big one, but he's not.
Let's check. I think I got a mark beside it as well. You
probably did, yeah.
I clicked through it. I wasn't paying attention, so we'll double check it back. Yeah, episode's gonna go on a little bit more. I want to show you guys what the equipment set looks like and stuff like that, because this is the event.
Don't forget about the bow.
I didn't know there was a bow with it as well, so I'll show that too. By the way, it is 3:39 p.m. at 2/28/2018 in the year of our Lord.
We need to study Nerd Gigante's tracks.
Can't believe it's March nearly.
I can't believe you've done this.
Hey.
We'll get him next time.
Did you hear about Yakuza 6, by the way?
No. I mean, yes,
so,
but no.
So Yakuza 6, they released a demo of it. It's a 30-gig demo. It's actually the full game, and people were able to download it, go offline, and play the entire game. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, and Sega have since removed it now, and you know, put the proper demo up, but I'm just like, you could literally download the full game for free.
You done goofed.
Big time.
Alright, so you just go... No, I want to go to Forge. Ah, full armor sets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it even changed... Yeah, it changes your hair, too. No, it's her...
Yeah,
it's her head.
Yeah, you look just like her.
I'm sorry, can I not... You can't apply a single piece of it.
You have to wear the entire thing. It's either the entire thing or nothing.
Huh. Weird. I hate that it's called Alloy Alpha, though. That bothers me, but whatever.
Yeah.
I wish they just called it, like, the Nora Brave set, or, I don't know, something else. Oh, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, something... That'd make a lot more sense. Where is that?
Well, I'm sorry. So, so when you're a guy, it just transforms you into a girl.
It does, yeah. You look just like her.
Awesome.
In fact, you know, like how you can preview the armor set.
Mm-hmm. Is it a
I
heavy
do
bow
that,
gun
my
or
hand- my
no? It's just a
hunter.
regular bow.
It's a bow, a literal bow.
And there the bow is. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then, everyone. I'm sorry, final thoughts? Okay, well... Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. Have a good one! Bye-bye.